The second chapter in my book is a basic understanding of what solar power is. Now, this could be a little too basic for some of you, but some of you might find it interesting anyway. But anyway, here it is.
What is solar power? I'm sure we have all seen the model in school where the sun is in the middle and the planets are all rotating around it. Now imagine the sun being like a big light bulb in the middle and all the planets, including ours, getting a little bit of that sunlight coming off of it. That little ray of sunshine is our share of the solar power. Now when you think of that science model and you think about how small the Earth is when compared to the sun and how far away the Earth is from the sun, it's quite easy to understand that we actually get just a tiny bit of the light energy that is being radiated from the sun. You've got to remember the sun's energy is radiating out in space in all directions, and we're just like a little spot that is rotating around it, capturing some of it. But even so, our little spot, when you think about it, gets a huge amount of energy. But it is still quite interesting to think that our huge amount of energy is just a teeny tiny spot of energy compared to all the energy that the sun is actually radiating. And because the Earth is rotating on its own axis, the sunshine only gets to one side of our planet at a time as we go from day to night. But that little bit of power, that little spot of power, when you think about it from our point of view, is still a huge whopping amount of power. As the Earth rotates and our side comes around to face the sun, that window you are sitting behind gets some sunshine, and it gets a little piece of that solar energy as it comes through the window and warms things up inside. If you want to take better advantage of the solar radiation that is shining on you, more than just feeling warm in that room, you got to figure out some way to capture it. Actually, just sitting in that room and letting the sun shine on you is a form of capturing it. The sun shines on you, it shines on your clothes, all the furniture and all the walls around you, and pretty soon everything warms up and you feel good on a cold day sitting in your sunroom because it's nice and warm in there. If you want to do more than just heat up that little room during the day, you're going to have to do something else. Doing something else can only be one of two things. You can heat something up, like sitting in that room and getting warm. The other is to convert sunshine directly into electricity. Heating something has been known about for centuries, as you might expect. Converting sunshine to electricity has only been known about for a little over 100 years, but it has only become practical in the last 20 years or so. Now, some of you are going to say that solar panels have been around a lot longer than that, and that's true, but until about 20 years ago, they were only commonly used for things like spacecraft and other special applications where the high cost really didn't matter. It has only become reasonably priced and practical for common usage in about the last 5 years or so. So if you looked into solar power, say 10 years ago or maybe only 5 years ago, and figured at the time it was just too expensive and not practical, you might want to take a look at it again, because recently, and I would say that would be in the last 2 to 3 years, the prices for solar components have come down dramatically. The electronics required to convert the solar power to home power have also gotten very much better and much more reasonably priced.